Has life been feeling heavier and heavier as each day passes? Do you find yourself overwhelmed, overstressed, and exhausted by the chaos that is playing out around us? Have you asked yourself, how in the hell can I just find some freaking peace? Well, you've come to the
Amen.
right. Grand rising, beautiful souls, and welcome to Be Here Now, Peaceful Empowerment Works production, where presence invites perspective and allows peace. We are coming to you live on WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network, TV, podcast, and WGSN-DB. Oh, I said that already. I apologize. See, Silverio, I tried to go off script, and I couldn't remember.
That happens to me.
I know. What is it? Rewind and delete. Try again. We are live on newstreamingnetwork.com TV, podcast, and WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. We are here with our beautiful guest, Trish Zook, and she is going to teach us about reflexology. And reflexology is a great way for you to find peace, as we will hear later. Trish, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited. So,
awesome.
I can't wait to find out about this. This is a new one for me. So Thanks for being here.
I am your co-host, Judy Forder, and I am here with my co-host in peace, Miss
Janice Leonard. Hey!
We're so happy to have you back, Janice. John was so upset he didn't get to meet you last week.
I'm sorry I didn't meet him, but that's my last time I'm going to have to miss this for a work event.
And why is that, Janice?
Oh, you want me to tell you now? I'm retiring, and it's the last meeting, Thursday meeting, was last week. So
congratulations!
Yay. Great, congratulations!
Oh yes.
Woo-hoo. Now you'll have to come to Spirit of Oneness. We'll do a happy dance.
Yeah, I need to make this a happy dance. Thank you. Yeah, because Judy and I, we do this every week. We love it. We like to share our stories, how we get through things, and tools, and bring in people who have great tools to teach us and share. And we do this because we love it, and we hope you all love it too. We are a 501c3 organization, and what that means is you get to donate to us. Well, not us personally, but the program, and write it off on your taxes. So feel free. You can go to our website, which is www.peacefulempowermentworks.org. There's a donate button in the top of the screen. There's a donate in the bottom, and any support is great, whether it's even just pressing the like button, or if you're able to donate, that's great. Thank you. And we appreciate you all.
Yes. Outstanding. And this is where we like to have Janice ring us in, please.
Yes.
Everybody take a nice deep breath in through your nose, through your mouth.
That was nice.
That feels extra good today.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, extra good today. All right. Okay, we like to start out with an attitude of gratitude. Janice, what are you grateful for this week?
Thanks for asking. This is tied to the last question you asked me. I actually read this affirmation because I was just looking for inspiration. And it was, I love who I am. I accept and celebrate my uniqueness. Now that was just hit me because I'm retiring, like we just said. And it's been a hell of a week. It's been difficult. And having the last meeting and the last this and the last that, it's hard. And looking forward is scary. And then I'm finding my mind going in those spirals of, oh, see, well, you're going to, you're no good anyway. And it was just, whoa, it was striking me how, you can just get right back into some old habits. And I saw that, and it reminded me, yeah, That's right. Right now, I am who I am, and I love myself, and I can celebrate and accept my uniqueness. And it might not be the perfect one I want to be, or the dedicated person who never retires, or whatever. But it doesn't matter. I love who I am and my uniqueness. So that was what I was grateful for this week. I happened upon that at just the right time.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Janice, you were dedicated for the time that you worked. It's okay that you chose retirement now.
I know.
It's
And what's
not
interesting is
hated.
yesterday, it's such a great place to work that I was working for, and we had to go through and say, what we're looking forward to in the future. Of course, I was retiring. It was my last meeting, and they were just so wonderful. And but by the end of the meeting, I was like, I think it is time for me to go, because they're talking. They still had that spark and the passion for that particular thing, and I probably haven't had it for about a year. I love the job. I love what I do, but that spark that they had, I was like, it's okay. I'm retiring, and it's time.
Yes. Awesome. That sounds very powerful. That felt very powerful for you, Janice.
Yeah.
Retiring, and it's time. I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
Thank
Outstanding. Okay. Last week, I caught John off guard, Trish, because I said, John, what are you grateful for? And he was like, oh, wait, what?
I saw that.
Well, it's funny because I was so into that feeling that I'm actually supposed to say, so everybody, what are you grateful for? Take a minute. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think. Pull it in. Deep breath.
I mean, that's the way to start the day. Just to even think, a simple thought like, what are you grateful for? I'm grateful. Most people say to be alive, and it's true, or, just being able to see. We take so many things for granted, but there's so much. I'm grateful for my life. I'm in a good spot. I'm just really happy and content. And, I can't explain it. Like sometimes, like my sister looks at me like I'm crazy sometimes, but I'm doing what I love to do. I retired too. And I know that feeling. It's hard. It's hard to let go of something that you've been doing for years and years and years. And it's scary. And, but boy, there's like a whole new world out there when you retire, and it just gets better and better. And you both love what you're doing, and that's the most important thing.
Yes. Amen. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes.
All right, Miss Janice, what's your good news story for this week?
Oh, I saw this one, and it has to do with a fourth grader in a school. And what happened is, now I saw this many years ago. This is a modern version of it, which doesn't have the whole story well. So I'm going to tell you, because I remember pretty much what it was about. It was about they were having a college appreciation day at school the next day. And the kids, probably had, college T-shirts, or they could go out and buy them or whatever. But this little boy didn't have the resources to go and buy one, and didn't have one. So what he did is, if you look at that, he's the little picture. Oh no, you can't. He's the little orange shirt with the paper on it. And that piece of paper says UT. University. It stands for University of Tennessee. And that's what he did. He brought his college appreciation shirt in. And he brought it in, and he got bullied and picked on all day. Because, he did a great job. That's what And so what happened is the University of Tennessee turned that design into an official T-shirt and sold it. And that's when I saw it, because I bought the official T-shirt. Let's see if I can show it to you. A few years ago, when I was a little bigger in size That's how long ago it was. But yeah, I bought it because it was a great bullying story, and I wanted to support him because it's a wonderful story. And the foundation donated nearly $952,000 from people like me who bought this T-shirt.
Mhm.
And it went to an anti-bullying foundation. And the boy got offered a full scholarship for when he graduated from high school.
Wow.
So that's my story.
That's a feel good story for sure.
Mhm.
And I saw that and I said, I wonder if I can find that T-shirt because it doesn't fit me anymore. So I put it in the, well, I'm not going to get rid of the clothes because I lost weight now doesn't mean I'm not going to fit them again down the road. I have no faith. So I had the closet, which I've just thrown things in for the past 3 years. And here it is. I'm so excited. You can't see it because it hangs down pretty low, but
Yeah,
University of Tennessee.
that's fantastic.
Nice.
That's fantastic. I love the fact that you have the T-shirt. I love the fact that you dug it out. And Janice has talked about her struggle with weight on the show before, so I think it's perfect that people, because you talk about how much weight you've lost and how much heavier you were, but now there's a visual to put with it. Anybody who's watching the show, because that very simply 4 times too big for you at least.
It was like, oh, it kind of shows too much. I'll have to put something on underneath. Shift it all around. There we go.
Show you can't be showing stuff off. It's not that kind of show.
My stuff. There's not much stuff there. Oh.
Okay.
I just thought of a joke that I'm really having a hard time not saying. Go ahead.
What's that?
I just thought of a joke my high school friend used to say, and I can't say it because it's really not appropriate. But
it's not that kind
it's taking all I can not to.
See that? Well done, Janice. Well done. It would be interesting if we could follow up with this little gentleman and see if he is actually a student at University of Tennessee.
Yeah. I mean, really, it was probably, jeepers, probably 8 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Mm.
Turning lemon into lemonade.
Yes. Very nice.
All right. So now we move on. Whenever we have guests, we try to go a little faster on the front end so that we can get to the meat of our guest. And today we are so happy to welcome again Trish Zook, who is here to speak to us about reflexology and why she loves it.
That's right. And I get to do her bio. So, and this is another amazing list of things, and hopefully I'll even pronounce everything right. But Trish Zook is a licensed massage therapist. Nice. Reflexologist and Reiki master teacher with over 10 years of experience in holistic wellness, specializing in various reflexology techniques such as facial, Thai, did I say that right?
Mhm.
Pain management, lymph drainage, and hand and ear reflexology. These women that come and men that come on her show amaze me. She was motivated to do this because of her husband's chronic pain and her own healing journey. She works to support others through body work and energy healing. She offers her services in the Alta View Wellness Center in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and she participates in events like the Spirit of Oneness, which we're highlighting this month in Harrisburg, and where she will conduct a mini reflexology workshop and offer face, foot, and hand reflexology sessions. Her mission focuses on providing compassionate care that nurtures healing on physical, emotional, and energetic levels. And you can tell just by today being with her that beautiful energy and spirits right there. So yeah, I hope I get to go down there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for being willing to come here and talk about your passion.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I love this. So I don't even know where to begin. I guess.
Well, before you get started, can we find out a little bit about your background? Like, where were you born and raised?
Oh, I'm a coal cracker. I was born in a little town called McAdoo, which was up by Hazleton, PA. I still go up there, believe it or not, for food. We have a few friends up there. My husband has, most of his friends are up there. I was just there last week. I mean, you talk about the best food, like there's this little Italian store, makes their own. They have this scamutz that is to die for. It's a cheese like mozzarella. We call, oh, did I? Okay. We don't really say pizza up there. We say pits.
Oh.
So there's this bakery. And the reason that we went up there was my friend was having an 80th birthday party. So we ordered the pits from up there for his party the next day. And I was telling the woman at the bakery, I'm like, do you know how happy you make people? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I went to Indiana a couple weeks ago. I took your pits there. Now your pits is going for an 80th birthday party. And then people in Pittsburgh want us to bring pits. They want my daughter to bring pits. It's like, I'm like, people are so happy over this food. And so I think she must have thought I was some kind of wacko, but it's, I mean, the food is to die for. So that's my background. I was up there, met my husband. He was living in Harrisburg, and that's how I came to the big city.
Okay.
And I started, I started with small jobs and everything, but eventually I got over to the Hershey Med Center, and I worked there for 30 years in different things, in admin things, management. Spent the last 8 years in patient relations, which was the complaint department, basically. But it was a good experience, and I loved the job. I also, throughout the time, because my husband had a job where he was constantly driving, so eventually his back started to have knee pain. And we were to every kind of doctor. And then one day my daughter said to me, why don't you take Dad to try Reiki? And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. So I went to see Ricky. I'm sure everyone knows Ricky.
Ricky's been on the show.
Ricky. Yep. And she was at this small healthy food store or something, and she did this talk. And I said to her, how do you learn this? I want to learn this. And she said, well, it's not just something that you just want to learn. She says, it's for you. And I says, I don't need anything. I need it for my husband. I'm fine. I am completely fine. And she said, well, maybe you should try a couple treatments. So I'm going to go back to a part that I didn't bring in, but I had an eye injury many, many years ago, and it caused trauma to my eye, and my pupil actually is paralyzed. So my pupil doesn't react to the sun or to the darkness. It would stay focused, and it was always really, really big. And years ago, when this first happened, there were small drugstores where the druggists mixed their own stuff, and they would mix these drops for me, which were weak. So when I would put a drop in, it wasn't too bad. It didn't really make my eye like decrease drastically. But then, through the years, the government came in with all these rules and regulations, and my drops that I took were more regulated. So they were a higher dose. So I would go from this big pupil in one eye. I'd put a drop in, and it would like constrict to nothing, and it was like a vacuum, and you would feel it. So all day you either had to deal with the big pupil or the tiny pupil. Well, when Ricky would start doing Reiki on me, and as I got into the energy, I noticed that my pupil got better. It didn't it didn't cure it. But even till today, I haven't taken a drop. And that must be about 15 years ago since we started to do the Reiki, or I got into energy work. So I have never taken a drop since then. So I had a lot of things wrong with me, but I thought I was fine, and so that made me think, like, what is it to this energy? So I became a Reiki master teacher. I also studied healing touch, integrated energy, different energy treatments. And I do, like, if somebody comes to me, I'll teach a class, but it's not something that I go and I advertise. But it was something else. Like, I knew I had this energy. I knew there was this energy, but doing Reiki wasn't my thing. Like, it's all day or whatever. So I
now,
said,
did your husband go?
My husband, I'm sorry.
I was just wondering if your husband ended up going for Reiki too.
I taught him Reiki.
Oh, okay.
And I would do Reiki on him, and he loves Reiki. He loves Reiki till today. I think he loves it more than, like sometimes instead of a massage, he'll want Reiki because he loves to just get into that peacefulness. But I was working at the med center too when I was doing Reiki, and then I became I worked in this one department, and I worked with an acupuncturist from China, and I just loved her. And I would watch how I worked in a gastroenterology department, and so sometimes, like, there was no relief, there was no medicine for some people, and they would refer the patients to the acupuncturist. And they would come out and, they look so happy. And I'm like, how are they doing this? So she started to show me points on the feet. And I would come home from work and I'd say to my husband, take your shoes off, and I would start pressing at these points. And it was amazing. Like, the pain would stop. And I just loved it. And I never thought I would work with feet. I mean, that wasn't in my dreams. But from there, I talked to Ricky. I was looking at schools and I just wasn't finding anything. I didn't want to do something online. There's all kinds of things. You could take a 2-day class online and do reflexology, because it's basically a gray area in Pennsylvania. You don't have to be licensed. But I knew this is what I wanted. And so Ricky directed me to the Valley School of Healing Arts, where it was one of those places where when you walked in, you felt like you were at home. Like, there was just something to the atmosphere. Cricket, who was the owner, taught me so much. So we started off learning reflexology, and then I decided I wanted to make sure I had a license so that when I retired, I wouldn't have any problems, So that's when I went into massage school. Never had a massage until I went to massage school. And then I loved that. So that was all like at 50, I guess, at my age of 50. And so I began helping teach reflexology and massage at the school. I got a diploma in reflexology, which is what you would need to do if you wanted to be certified. There is a test that you can get for a true certification. So I have all that in my background. I didn't go for the test because I have my license. And so right now I'm basically covered with that. But so I was going back to work, learned all this reflexology. Everything was great. COVID hit. Our school closed down. But during COVID, it just made the problems a little more intense at the hospital. I mean, people couldn't see their loved ones. There was There was so much anger. You had to watch weapons. I mean, it went from being a little stressful to way up there.
Right.
So I started to practice my business. I opened my part-time business, and when I could, because everything was shut down for a while, but I was like 7 minutes from the hospital. So I had a place in Hummelstown, and some days at the hospital, I would go from there right to work. Well, some days walking out of the hospital, the only way I could describe how I felt was I felt like Kramer from Seinfeld. Like I felt like my hair was standing up because you just went through so much stress in one day. And now I'm going to go and practice reflexology, you know? But when I would go in to practice reflexology, something happened within minutes. And like my whole body just completely calmed down. And I knew that there was this calmness, but I had no idea how intense it was. And I had no idea how much energy was working through reflexology. So that was when I'm still like, really, did that happen? But that's when I realized that this is my baby. This is what I love. I've just continued. I've been doing reflexology for quite some time now, but it's just like it does more. I read somewhere where it said it touches more than the soles of your feet. It touches your inner soul.
Ooh, yes.
I work with, I work with cancer patients. I'm with the cancer retreats. I do a lot of cancer support groups. I do Zoom groups for maternal health. It's just to help people. Sometimes it's just to give you that 5 minutes where you're in a zone that your body is able to heal, like you're shut down, and your cells have that chance to regrow or do what they need to do, because we're constantly in this stress that we don't even realize we're in stress, because we can't help it. We're getting hit with the news. I don't listen to the news, but I know what's going on, and it's
hard to avoid.
You can't avoid it.
Yeah. Sorry. This would be probably getting late for our commercial.
Yeah, I feel like this is a good place for us to break for a quick commercial. And then when we get back, you can tell us, we've told us how it brings peace and stress relief, but what exactly is it?
I can't wait to hear. I can't wait.
All right, we'll be right back. And we're back. Peaceful Empowerment Works.
Thank you for calling Hazen Union High School.
Hey, there we go. She has a bit of an emergency situation going on. So, Silverio, if you want to pull her down, there we go. Perfect. That way she can handle it. We are back. Be Here Now, the Peaceful Empowerment Works show. And I am here with our special guest, Miss Trish Zook. She is going to tell us what reflexology is. We heard before the break that it brings a great deal of peace and stress relief, but what exactly is it?
That's something that sometimes I forget to tell you. So
that's why.
Reflexology, it works with the reflexes in your feet, hands, face, ears, and just as an example, in each foot there's 7,200 nerve endings. And those nerve endings connect to different organs, different parts of your body. Like when you're doing massage, you're working on the nerve endings on the outside of your body. You're stimulating them. when you're working with reflexology, it's inside. So the nice thing is you don't have to undress. I have an anti-gravity chair that I use at shows, or you could lay on the reflexology on the massage table or in a recliner. But it's working with these areas, and there may be some congestion in certain pathways going into the meridians. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if this will work, but this is my foot that I take to shows.
Okay.
There's 2 of them. So say I'm working on your feet. This area here is your shoulder. So I may be working on this area, and you may feel something different. And it's relating to the shoulder. I'm not going to say to you, do you have a bad shoulder? We don't diagnose, mm-hmm. But if you say to me, what is that? I may say, well, I feel a little bit of congestion. And we're breaking those toxins up that are stored in your body. When I went to the Valley School to learn reflexology, we learned a method that is a little bit different. Most people learn a method which is called the Eunice Ingham method. Eunice Ingham is like the mother of reflexology. She brought this all to the surface years ago. And she had it originally, reflexology has been around since Cleopatra. I mean, there's nothing new about it. Every culture has a different thing. Even in caves, they see drawings. There's drawings that's been found where a caveman's holding his foot, so it's really hard to tell where exactly it started. But there was a man, his name was Dr. Fitzgerald, and he invented the zone therapy, which was kind of like with anesthesia, where he would put rubber bands to different parts of the body and they would numb. So he divided the body into different zones. And there was a doctor that worked under him, Dr. Riley. Under that, Dr. Eunice Ingham worked with. And she became really interested in everything, started to make maps of the feet. So most of the maps that you'll see at shows are from Eunice Ingham. And then when she passed, her nephew took over, who has since passed. But in your feet, there's 7,200 nerve endings. In your hands, you could do just the same. There's 5,500 nerve endings. In your face, there's 564 points. And then you have your ears, but your ears are something that you work on more if you have something currently going on, like a headache or back pain. So usually sometimes I'll just throw that in as an extra at the end of the session. But
does it help for tinnitus?
I'm sorry?
Does it help for tinnitus, like ringing in the ear?
It can. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's so many. Facial reflexology could help with that too. And facial reflexology, I know I lost track of what I was talking about. So most people, when they go to school, see, I told you this is my problem. When they go to class, they learn the Ingham method, which is kind of like walking the thumb. So it's like a caterpillar crawl going up the foot. Where the Valley School taught us was where we use more pressure. So we're using our body to work into those areas. Saves on the thumbs. I've been using them for well over 10 years. And at shows, if there's a 2-day show, I'm usually booked through the whole show, and I could just constantly go. Plus, I have a lot of arthritis in my hands. So by using the body, I'm saving on that. And so that's the difference what I was taught. And the sad thing is the school no longer is there to teach this. To go forth and teach it to do CEs, it's a lot more complicated than I'm willing to do. So what I do is I'll go out and I'll do workshops and just show some certain points that you could take home and use on your family. But I don't consider it a course. It might just be an afternoon or something like that.
Okay.
Is there some like one thing you can teach us before you leave, or?
I was going to say, you just read my mind.
Okay, now that I wasn't prepared for, but yeah, sure. I can show you a few things. I could show you on the hands, because I'll be doing a workshop on the hands at the show. But just like some simple points. If you have a headache, it's going to be your thumb. The top of your thumb is your brain. So you're just going to push in there. Sometimes you'll feel it if it's a little tender. So if you're in a meeting and you're having a headache, you could just push into that point.
So you're literally just pushing in like that?
Yeah, you're just going to push in. Just like push in and breathe. Leave it there for a couple seconds and then go back. But the most important thing with reflexology is it's really about, I call it my tip, because it's the touch, it's the intention, and it's being present. So once you're present with that person and you're doing what the intention is, you're not fixing, you're not helping, you're serving them. And that brings you so connected. And that's where the magic is. Like, you can move fascia in the feet. You can move lymph in the feet. So I go to a cancer retreat, and I love to really push the reflexology. I'm there to mostly do massage, but the reflexology, the facial reflexology, they say that in meditation, it takes about 40 minutes to get to a certain zone. Face reflexology takes a matter of minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and your solar plexus, if you're struggling with power. So your solar plexus, I'm looking to see. It's too hard to show my hand chart there. But on your foot, your solar plexus is right down here, like right where the diaphragm is. So in your hand, it's right in the center. So if you push in on that, it could be sore. And that's when you need a little boost of energy, boost of confidence. That helps your breathing. It helps your lungs, brings that oxygen to your body. And then if you have a sore back, the side of your thumb, that's your spine.
Ooh.
So you just push into that.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's just so many things that are out there, and they're so easy to do.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. We've talked a lot on the show, peaceful empowerment works. That's the whole point. Is once we reach this point of peace, we find that peaceful space, then it allows a different perspective. When we have that different perspective, we begin to remember that we have choice.
Exactly.
And that is a choice. Healing is a choice. Love is a choice. But like you were mentioning before the commercial break, we live in this constant state of chaos where we have been living in survival for hundreds and hundreds of years. And I feel like, one of the purposes of this show is to help people remember that we don't have to live in survival. We can choose to live in this state of love. And reflexology is such a wonderful way. Well, as soon as you said you don't have to take your clothes off, it was like, okay, so it's like energy work. So when you're already feeling vulnerable and raw, sometimes what I know, people around me and me, the hesitation of massage is you have to go in there and strip down to the level at which you're comfortable, you're told. But the fact that you can be fully clothed, I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't hesitate to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just love it. I had and it releases emotions. There's emotions in your feet. I had a woman who sent her mom to me. I knew nothing about the mom. And while the mom was there, like all of a sudden, and I've had it with other people, they release, they start to cry. And then after I was done, I found out that her husband passed. She lived like in Philly or something. Her kids were up here. So the pressure was on her to move. And then all of a sudden, from all of her independence and her whole life story, now she's feeling like she's somebody that has to be taken care of, you know, and all of that was in her. And I mean, that's the kind of stuff that causes disease. That's the kind of stuff that, like, when we're holding it in, we don't even realize that it's in there. And what's going on in our body? Like, we're not breathing right. We're not, like, when we eat, we're not digesting right. It's a domino effect, and we don't even know.
No, it sends everything out of alignment.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And when you're out of alignment, nothing can function the way it's meant to.
Yeah. And that's what reflexology does. It restores, it rebalances, it connects you to yourself. And also, here's a little tidbit. So I love this. So when I was in Indiana to visit my friend a couple of weeks ago, which I love her, Debbie Crawford. Hope you're on. Anyway, she took me to the Muhammad Ali Museum. Now, I'm not a sports person. I don't know anything about sports, but Muhammad Ali, he was it, you know.
Cassius Clay.
Cassius Clay, you got it. And
Yep.
when the area I grew up in, it wasn't too far from his boxing camp.
Oh.
He had one in Pennsylvania. So anyway, when I was younger, we would drive up there to see if we'd see him or Elvis, which we never did. But so I was so excited when she told me that we were going to see the Muhammad Ali Museum. But the thing that really struck me with Muhammad Ali was he got reflexology.
Oh.
That made him like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Like before his boxing things, he would have reflexology done.
Oh, wow.
It made his feet so light. And that's what people say. Like sometimes I'll have somebody on the table and somebody that really doesn't really believe what it's going to do and work on one foot and then say, okay, get up and walk around, so that they could see the difference. You could actually feel the difference.
Oh,
So you've got some events coming up too, don't you?
I have a lot of events going up. I have some add-on events too. Saturday, I'm going to be at the Hummelstown Craft Show. Actually, a friend has a massage studio there, so I'll be doing reflexology there. Sunday, I'm at the Jewish Community Center in Harrisburg with John Tucker. Can't wait. And there's a lot going on. Yeah.
You got September 27th reflexology workshop.
I do in Carlisle Bowen Works. Mm-hmm.
And we have October 4th and 5th, of course. Spirit Awareness.
Oh, my greatest weekend. Get the wedding soup too.
And then you do the Penn State Cancer Retreat in October, from October 30th.
I go there at the end of October. We go away. We go up to Bald Eagle State Park. There could be anywhere from 4 to 10 couples that are chosen or asked to go. And we spend the weekend with the couples, and there's a lot of discussions, group things going on, but we offer reflexology, massage, energy work at different parts of the retreat.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you want to,
I wish I could.
Trish.
I would say I wish we could hear more. I wish we could hear more, but we're running out of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can find her on her Facebook page, A Little R&R of the Valley. You can email her at trish2rnr, the number 2rnr at gmail.com, or her phone number, 717-856-2707. Trish, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so sorry we ran out of time.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Thank you. Sorry I talk so much.
No, that's what we love.
Great. Makes me feel bad for trying to put us on schedule because it's so interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to leave them with something to chew on, Janice?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something to chew on. If you could snap your fingers and become a child for just 24 hours, how would you spend the day?
That's a good one to chew on. We want to thank everyone who's watching, and Trish again for choosing to be here now with us. Please always remember,
You are not alone.
and don't ever forget, you are awesome. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank